Hi guys, Natalia Lee here, and Greg and I have literally been trying to set up this whole setup for about an hour now because I am finally doing the unboxing of my hardback version of Song of the Dryad. I have never seen the hardback before. I've never seen the cover on it. I've never seen the formatting, so I'm extremely excited. Rather nervous. I feel like I've been waiting forever for this. We're just going to dive right in and open up this box and see how it looks. Are you ready? Okay. Oh, I really hope everything looks right. After everything that I went through with Ingramspark trying to figure this out and like getting them to approve things, I really hope that there aren't any like errors or anything with it. Okay, ready? Oh my gosh, I hope it's right, I hope it's right. Okay, the spine looks pretty good. The spine looks pretty good. Oh my. This is my first ever hardcover book, oh my gosh. It smells really weird. What do you think of how that looks, Greg? About how the ink isn't perfectly centered?
Yeah, it's a little off, but I think it looks fine.
I think it looks fine, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
See, because everything is kind of to the left there. Do you think that's okay?
I think it's, yeah.
Oh wait, we didn't even look on the inside yet.
There's a little bit of bleed over like that. Yeah.
And that might just be the way that they folded it. Because this is just paper that comes off.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are you still recording so we can see the inside flap?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks so cute. Oh my god. I actually have an inside flap. Okay, let's see my back cover flap. Oh, that looks beautiful. Oh my gosh, that photo turned out really nice.
Looks great here.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I'll have to say it's not as like thick as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably because I did so much editing to it.
Yeah. It looks very friendly to read.
It does, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like too, oh my gosh, it looks really pretty when I hold it up.
Yep.
All right, so let's see how it looks without its clothing on. Let's take the little dust jacket off here. All right. Okay, let's see how the naked book looks. So they messed up a little bit right there. You can see that they like, when they stamped it, they stamped the gold paint up there accidentally.
Yeah. It has character.
It does have character.
It's a little weird.
They definitely stamped it sideways. But there's literally nothing in the world I can do to stop them from doing that. Let's see. Song of the Dryad stamped a little bit sideways, but that's okay.
They're probably all pissed at you.
Right? This is nice. This is like, the quality of paper feels much, like it feels like a much higher quality than CreateSpace. Do you notice there's some ripping here along the seam right there? But again, this is stuff that like I can't change. This is just Ingram. Oh, that looks good. Oh my gosh, that looks good. All right, those chapter headings look nice. Let's flip to, okay, so those look good. The little scene breaks look good. Let's find a photo. Oh, the photo looks good.
Oh yeah, it turned out real nice.
Yeah, that's not too pixelated or anything. Let's see. And I'm not going to show all the photos in here. You guys are just going to have to get the book to see the photos, but...
Oh, that turned out great.
Yeah. It's a real book. My first real hardcover book. I think it's beautiful. I think it's really pretty.
Looks really nice.
Thank you, baby. What do you think of it?
I think they did a really good job.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about this sticker that they put on the back. It has the ISBN numbers on it, but it's like literally a sticker on the back of the nice cloth cover. So I'm not a big fan of how they put stickers on there. But this is all just like, you know, learning stuff since I've never used Ingramspark before. But Ingramspark does have 2 different options for cloth hardback. I chose the, I think they call it blue, either navy or blue. I think they call it blue, but I wanted something to kind of go with the purple cover, so that's why I went with the blue book.
This line bothers.
Yeah, I do see that line, and I think that's just printing.
I think it's the printing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I
So,
think
yeah.
it looks good. Overall, it looks really amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it turned out beautifully. It's just, like when books go to the printing press, you're never quite sure how they're gonna turn out. Like, I ordered a bunch of Way of Spears once, and like half of them, the printing was sideways, and then the other half, the printing was just fine. Thank you, baby, for helping me. I appreciate it. So overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'll show you what Greg was pointing out. There is like a little bit of a line for some reason on the cover, and it looks like it's just a line that it got, again, when it was being printed, because that line is not there on the actual cover image itself. Down here, see how there's like a dark band almost? It like goes from right here over to the stag, and again, that was not in the original image, that just showed up in printing. But my biggest concern with this was that I thought it was going to be, like I thought the formatting might not be right, because always in the past, when I have formatted books, there's always been something to change, you know, whether it's the gutter or the margins or the page numbers or whatever it was. Like I always needed to fix something, but this looks really good. I'm really, really happy with how this looks. Definitely a smaller book than I thought it was going to be. And the paperback, when it comes out, it might be a little bit bigger, because the paperback will actually be smaller than this. Actually, let me get you the paperback that I printed back in March, I want to say. Hey babe, would you mind grabbing that for me?
Yeah, I did.
Maybe both of them, so that I can show the camera all 3 versions. He's so good to me. I love him very much. So this was, if you remember, there we go. If you remember from last year, I think it was last September, maybe September, October, that I finished the first draft. This was what it looked like when I like ordered it myself. No formatting or anything. Then, let me just show you the thicknesses first. Okay, look at that. Look at the difference. Okay, this was the first draft. The second draft is down here, or not the second draft, maybe like the 4th draft down there, 3rd or 4th draft. This is the final draft. It looks so tiny now, and I did cut 15,000 words, but formatting made a significant difference, a huge difference. So, I mean, gosh, that is ridiculous. It's so much smaller, and yet all the content is still there, except for the 15,000 words that I cut. I mean, so here we had the very, very first version. Like, it is rather, that's a big book. And then we moved on to, I think this was the 3rd draft, still a really big book. And now here we are, very final draft, hardback, and look at how small it is compared to its sisters. That is so tiny. It is so thin compared to its sisters. I am so relieved that this book has finally made its way to me, because it was such a slow process, and I paid for like rush shipping, rush printing. It didn't end up happening because Ingramspark was so like backed up with everything that they were trying to print. So this book was originally supposed to get to me like early last week, and now today is Monday. So I'm just so relieved that it is finally here. Tifa! Oh my goodness. So here it is, my friends, the final version of Song of the Dryad. If you have pre-ordered the hardcover, this is what your book is going to look like. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It looks extremely professional. It looks well done. I mean, I have my picture on the back flap. I didn't even know that that was like a thing you could do until this year when I started looking into Ingramspark. And the photo turned out absolutely beautiful. And Greg helped me take my author photo. We took it on an iPhone, and wow, like iPhones have really good high quality. I had a nightmare the other night that I opened my book and there was a spelling error in the first chapter. And I've had this edited meticulously, so there shouldn't be spelling errors in the first chapter, or any chapter hopefully, but that was a terrifying nightmare. So guys, I feel like I definitely want to do a full review of the product. I want to do a full review of Ingramspark's services and their products, because these books before, wow, those colors look really different. You know, this book was printed with CreateSpace. This book was printed with Ingramspark. This is my first ever Ingramspark book. I'm really happy with it. We're also really surprised that it's so small, but that's not a bad thing, because like Greg said, it makes the book, what's the word? Like, it's not as intimidating when you pick this up, because it is a long book. This is still over 100,000 words, so it's still the length of a fantasy novel, but it doesn't look really scary and intimidating anymore. I mean, these books were quite large, and the paperback is definitely going to be smaller than this. This is a paperback that I got from CreateSpace, but I got the larger version so I could write in it, because this was like a book that I used to edit, and it's all like marked in and stuff. And this book, I'm not writing in this book. This is my copy of Song of the Dryad, and I am so incredibly happy to finally have this. So I'm definitely going to do a review, like I said, of the product itself and of Ingramspark's services. If you have any questions that you would like me to tackle, like whether you want me to talk about the printing quality, the paper quality, the ease of like access when you're trying to learn how to use CreateSpace/KDP, because it's becoming KDP now, versus Ingramspark, because there's a lot to say about that, and there's a lot that I had to learn in order to make this book happen. So yeah, definitely leave any of those questions that you have for me in the comments down below, and then that video will be coming very soon. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for this little impromptu video. I had to film in like a totally different space because my office is very dark unless there's natural sunlight, and it's pitch black out right now. So Greg and I had to like shuffle everything around and figure out how to have some sort of light on my face. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm incredibly excited moving forward with Song of the Dryad. I hope that you guys are going to love it. I think that is about it for this video, and I'm going to catch you guys in my next one. Stay spooky. Bye.